Hi guys, I'm Ovilee May. I worked Worlds as a broadcast interviewer for Riot Games, and I guess I just talked to all the players.
Okay. It's your first time at Worlds in front of so many fans. Although some people may not be familiar with you, how would you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess I could do my introduction again. Hi, I'm Ovilee May. I just graduated college this year and I just started working for Riot Games as their NALCS broadcast host and kind of interviewer this year. So that basically means that I get to interview all the players before and after the games, talk to the coaches, and basically act as kind of a proxy between the audience and all of our professional players.
What were your expectations of Worlds before, and how did they differ after you arrived?
Oh wow. Well, I had always been watching Worlds since I started watching in season 2. My first actual esports event ever was attending the season 2 World Playoffs in the Nokia Plaza at LA Live. I had no idea what to expect coming into Worlds. I just knew that it was going to be amazing. It was in Korea. I knew it was going to be incredibly hype. So as soon as I got here, just of course all of those expectations were met. I've had such a great time here. Korea's been amazing, and I just love all of the work that I've been doing.
I believe this is your first time in Korea, right?
It's my first time in Korea.
Is it everything you expected it to be?
I didn't know what to expect from Korea, really. Because of esports, I just knew, esports, or Korea is the hub for esports, the global hub, and that everyone there was super into esports or super into games with PC bongs and everything. Speaking with some of the Korean players in NA, not naming any names, they just said, hey, when you go out there, go enjoy the nightlife and drink a lot of soju. So that's what I did, and I've had a lot of fun.
Oh, so did you enjoy the nightlife?
I did enjoy the nightlife. No details, but you can go look at Reaper's Twitter.
Got it. You once said your goal is to work at Riot while at Yahoo. When did you first have this goal in mind?
Oh my gosh. So I actually had the dream of working at Riot when I was in high school. I had just started playing League of Legends. I was completely addicted to the game, addicted to the community, the players, the champions, the pros, literally everything. So I think I was not alone as a awkward little 16-year-old going like, wow, when I grow up, I want to work for Riot Games. I want to do interviews. I want to be the NA Sjokz or something, because that was amazing to me at that time. Mm-hmm. So when I started working for Yahoo and did interviews for them, I was kind of blown away by that. I didn't think that I would ever have an amazing opportunity like that, but I did. And then after Yahoo was gone and suddenly Riot was asking me to come work and do interviews for them, I probably almost passed out. I was freaking out. I was a very excited girl.
Talk about Sjokz. She was praised for being able to read the room well, especially in the double lift and Yamata Cannon interviews. Do you hope to receive a similar praise someday too? Perhaps an appreciation thread?
I don't think I will ever, I don't think I need an appreciation thread or something to say, hey, you did a good job or something. I just want to make whatever the players want to tell the audience, as smooth of as a process and a transition as possible. Sjokz is absolutely incredible, and if it weren't for all the amazing work that she's done over her years working at Riot and working for when she was with ESL, doing all the IEMs and stuff, I would definitely not be where I am right now, because I look to her for inspiration, I look to her for guidance, for direction, and she is just absolutely incredible. I think that she deserves all the praise in the world for all of the hard work that she does. I saw her appreciation thread on Reddit, and it will be hard to find someone who's a bigger Sjokz fan than I am. I absolutely love her. I hope that one day I can be even just a fraction of how amazing she is. But until then, I'm just gonna keep working hard.
Okay. What is it like interviewing players you're familiar with in LCS and international players?
Ooh, it's very different because in NA, I know almost all of the players very personally and very comfortably. Like I feel fine with joking with a player and saying like, "Oh, I saw you picked Lysandra. You suck at her. Why'd you pick Lysandra?" But I can't do that to a new international player here because then they'll be like, "I don't know you. Why are you so mean to me?" So, in that sense, that's where I'm a little bit more comfortable with some of my players, and I can ask them questions that I wouldn't feel comfortable asking someone on their first day, like, "Hey, I know you've been going through a lot of mental issues or keeping kind of like a healthy mentality. Today you didn't play it too well, so what kind of an effect did that really have?" I don't think I could ask that to someone that I just met. Out of respect, and for them, and for their fans, and for their entire scene.
Who has been your most memorable interview at Worlds so far?
At Worlds so far? Ooh. Who has been my most memorable interview? I've just been kind of blown away by everyone, but my most memorable interview, which is so sad because I don't think it got aired due to time on the broadcast, was I interviewed Sjokz after Detonation Focus Me's, I believe it was their first win. And I just asked him, I said, "Sjokz, like, this has already been one of the most successful starts that the LJL or the LJL representative has ever had in Worlds. You guys are picking up a win in the play-ins. You guys have a good chance, judging from your performance, of making it out of groups. If only, dang it, EDG." But they did. They had a really good shot of making it out of groups. Just tell me about what you're looking to prove here. Tell me about what it's like trying to show that the LJL is a region to be reckoned with here at Worlds and one to be taken seriously, and what you're really hoping to just show the world. And he told me all about, he said that what Detonation Focus Me really wants to do is we want to show that we have our own playstyle. That's why we're bringing out the Ziggs. That's why I'm bringing out my Heimerdinger. That's why Evie was beasting it up on Urgot in the top lane. Everyone had their own specific playstyle from Japan, and it was so fun to watch, and it was just amazing to watch a team that no one expected anything from pull off wins against some bigger competitors.
Well, do you think your own interview questions?
Yes, of course. I write all of my own interview questions, both for on-broadcast and off-broadcast work. They all come from my little brain up here.
That means you have to pay extra attention to the games going on, right? Is it hard for you?
Is it hard for me to watch the games?
No, because you need to pay extra attention.
Oh, extra attention? No, I don't think it's hard at all. I mean, I love watching these games. If I wasn't here interviewing or doing anything, I'd still be at home watching these games and cheering on my favorite players, my favorite teams, and just, I love Worlds. I love League of Legends. I'm always going to be trying to keep up with the scene as best as I can, and honestly, the questions that I ask are what I hope is just what the audience is thinking at home when they see Doublelift flash into 3 or 4 people and they go, "What were you thinking, Peter?" Hopefully I can grab them for an interview and go, "What were you thinking, Doublelift?" and just get the questions out to you guys.
So is there a team you're particularly close to?
I can't say that I'm particularly close to whatever team. I mean, I can say, because I think it's pretty clear that, of course, when it comes to these international competitions, I'm always closer with the NA teams, like Team Liquid who came, like Cloud9 who came, like 100 Thieves who came. But that doesn't mean that I would say like, oh, they're playing, like, oh, I don't want anyone else to beat them, or I don't want anyone else to win against them, because that's disrespectful to all of the work that the other team that they're facing is really putting in.
You also worked with Team Liquid for a short time,
Mm-hmm.
and how did the disqualification affect you?
Oh, I was so sad.
I'm sorry.
I was very... when Team Liquid dropped, and it was expected. I wouldn't say like it was very much expected, but we knew that it would be a very difficult fight for them, and that all they needed to do was beat EDG. But the fact that they were dropped before they even got the chance to do the tiebreaker against EDG, that hurt. You spend so much time with these players, so much time talking with them, learning their story, getting their story out to everyone else, and then to see all of their hard work just not produce the results that they were expecting is crushing. I did a interview with both Steve and Ole right after their disqualification, and before we started the interview, we saw Doublelift's interview with Sjokz go up on the broadcast, and then when he said that he started to get emotional, I almost started tearing up and crying. So then, when I went into my interview with Steve, I had to restart my intro because I choked up a little bit. So, but yeah, I love all the players. There's no regional bias. There's no team player bias. I just love all the players, and I want to see them succeed.
But after watching today's game, Tyler keeps saying that Team Liquid, C9, or Fnatic are actually better than KT. How do you think?
You can't listen to Tyler.
You're right.
Yeah.
You expressed your love for games before. Do you still play games?
Of course I still play games. I'm a gamer. I will always be a gamer for the rest of my life. It's been a little bit harder finding games to play in Korea just because I left my Switch at home. But I went to a PC Bong the other day and played a lot of League, Overwatch, and I tried to get into Blackout, but I couldn't figure out how to work it on the PC Bong computer. The one game that I really wanted to play was Mabinogi, which is a Nexon game from Korea that I played for years in middle school, but I needed a Korean account.
Okay, so I know you're a huge fan for Amy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to compare the current teams at Worlds to Amy characters, how would you describe them?
Okay. That's tricky.
That's so funny.
That's tricky. I feel like... I could start with... See, the thing is, I feel like it'd be super easy to relate everyone to sports anime, but I don't watch too much sports anime. So the most basic that I could think of is Cloud9 is just a team full of absolute trolls that you don't expect to do well, but somehow they end up pulling stuff off. So maybe they might be as basic as Naruto, where it's literally you got this team full of goofballs, and somehow they keep pulling off these wins against all odds. I think that would be Cloud9. KT, you kind of imagine the character who comes in and they're the best. They're expected to be the best, and they're just coming in pushing up their glasses up their nose. And then as of right now in their game, the series is still going on, but versus IG, they just dropped 2 games pretty badly. So it's that character just falling flat on his face. I'm trying to think if there's anyone like that, but this is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Like, you're the professional, anime professional.
I am an anime professional. Just comparing. People have asked me to compare anime characters to NA teams before, and that's a little bit easier just because I know their personalities a lot more. I will just say that Team Liquid's Doublelift is the protagonist of the NALCS anime. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Doublelift is the protagonist of any LCS anime.